Greetings, fellow Egg Empire. I am Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Of course, you may also refer to me as Dr. Eggman. Today's lesson shall be the following. How much I hate that hedgehog! To continue my eternal hatred for the hedgehog, I have since compiled every single failure, and then some, of the hedgehog's legacy. We will start with the 2D platformers. Sonic 1 for the Sega Genesis, and Sonic 1 for the Game Gear. In a similar vein, here are Sonic 2 for the Genesis, and Sonic 2 for Game Gear. Here is Sonic Spinball for the Game Gear, and for the Genesis, based off of the Sonic Sat.AM cartoon.
But Dr. Robotnik, those aren't 2D platformers.
Yes, they are!
No, they're puzzle games.
Will you shut up? We have a plethora of games to go through, such as Sonic CD for the Sega CD.
Hey, oh, there's a classic. I hated that game.
Sonic Chaos for the Game Gear, Sonic 3 for the Genesis, as well as Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic Triple Trouble for the Game Gear, and here is Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X.
Oh wow, what a great game! You know, I'm the best character in that game, so cool!
What are you doing in here, you bubbling bee?
Huh?
Get out!
Oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong room. Okay, my bad.
Back onto business. 2 games for the Game Gear include Tails Sky Patrol and Tails Adventure.
They look really pretty, Dr. Robotnik, especially because Tails is in them.
Right, moving on. Sonic Labyrinth for Game Gear, and also for Game Gear we have Sonic Blast. Next is Sonic Pocket Adventure for the Neo Geo, as well as Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3. Here's Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS, and here is Sonic Rivals for PSP. I sure do wish there were a sequel to these 2 games. Oh wait, they already made those. Those being Sonic Rush Adventure and Sonic Rivals 2 for their respective home consoles of the Nintendo DS and PSP.
Correction, Dr. Robotnik. Sonic Rivals and Sonic Rivals 2 are actually racing games, not 2D platformers.
Oh, so we have a wisecracking wingnut in our midst, eh?
No, sir. I'm merely here to supply the facts.
Get out of my classroom, you bucket of bolts!
Yes, sir. Right away.
Here we have Sonic Colors for the Wii and the DS. Many years later, they would return to this concept with Sonic Colors Ultimate for the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Hey, Dr. E, those are 3D platformers, not 2D platformers. Okay, I'll see myself out the door.
In the same vein, we have Sonic Generations for Xbox 360, PS3, and DS. And in the same ballpark is Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, also for 3DS. Our final 2D platformer, at least one with a physical release, is Sonic Mania for the Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. Next are the 3D platformers, and remember to take notes, this will be on the final.
Good thing I've been writing everything down.
Yeah, right. I'll pass the class anyway.
First is Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis, PC, and for the Sega Saturn. Here is Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. Years later, we would get the Director's Cut for the GameCube, in the form of Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. Oh, and that's when you came in, Doctor, and when I took my leave, for I... Yes, I appreciate the compliment, but there are still many games to cover, so let's continue. Okay. Here we have Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast. Similarly to Sonic Adventure 1, we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, also for the GameCube. Here is Sonic Heroes for the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and the GameCube. Things start to get a little iffy around these parts, for you see, every console wanted their fix of the hedgehog. And here we have my game, Shadow the Hedgehog, only for GameCube, PS2, and for the Xbox. Oh, no. It's a masterpiece. Get out! And here is the greatest achievement, Sonic Next Gen, or Sonic 06 for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The game that outright ruined Sonic's reputation. Pair that up with a terrible Game Boy Advance port, and you have a horrible holiday season for 2006.
Hey, you got a W, Doc. Good job. Those are pretty rare.
Out.
Yeah, whatever.
Next is Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii. Following is Sonic Unleashed for the PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii, and Xbox 360. Oh, and I forgot the PlayStation 2. And next we have Sonic and the Black Knight, also for the Wii. These were known as the storyboard games, and were an attempt to get Sonic back on track. I personally feel it didn't work.
You know, Doctor, you should give those games a chance. After all, there might be good elements in them. I know Sonic and the Black Knight and Unleashed do have some good elements. Also, shouldn't you mention colors and generations again due to being 3D platformers?
Oh, you think you can teach the class?
No, I wasn't.
Get out!
Oh, how strange. Kicked out by my future self.
But fine, I'll mention these games once more. And here is Sonic Lost World for the 3DS and the Wii U. Here is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric for the Wii U. Another triumph, I must admit, for I was the best thing in this game. And it was full of glitches, bugs, and problems, on top of the redesigns, which caused people to outrage over blue arms. Oh, what a horrible thought!
Yeah, blue arms, overrated, man. Silver's the way to go.
And here we have Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4. The most recent in our library is Sonic Frontiers, an actually good game, spawning through the Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and even the PS5. Actually, Doctor, Sonic Frontiers was an open-world 3D game and
You introduced Sage and she's bad news. Only I can be Dr. Eggman's favorite kid. After all...
Silence! I will not tolerate sage slander. Out! Spoke too soon. On to the puzzle games, starting with the best game ever made. I'm of course referring to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine for the Game Gear and for the Genesis.
I was the best in that game, unlike you, Grounder.
I was really tough too.
Hey, you know the game's just Poyo Poyo. Or Kirby's Avalanche, take your pick. We're out of here, we're out.
Also classified as a puzzle is Sonic Pinball Party for the Game Boy Advance. Here we have Sonic Shuffle for the Dreamcast. I guess these two games also qualify as puzzle games. We have an entire genre of Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. There's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for the Wii and the DS. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games for the Wii and DS. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games for the Wii and Nintendo 3DS. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games Sochi 2014 for the Wii U. Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games for Wii U and 3DS. And finally, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 for the Switch.
These games look so familiar, I just can't put my finger...
Ow! No! There's room for only one mustache here, and that's yours truly, not you. Here is Sega Superstars Tennis for the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, the Nintendo DS, the Xbox 360, and the Wii. Of course, you can't have Sonic without racing games, now can we? Of course, I'd say no, but then again, I'm usually the best character in these types of games, and let me show you why. For the Game Gear, we have Sonic Drift 1 and 2, and then there's the infamous Sonic R for the Sega Saturn and Sega PC.
My favorite! I'm gonna go now, Doc. I got my fill. I have to go to the bathroom.
I suppose Sonic Rivals 1 and 2 do deserve acknowledgement. But before Rivals, we had Sonic Riders for the GameCube, PS2, and for the Xbox.
Which are the greatest games ever made?
How did you get in here?
Well, simple. I used my hoverboard to get in here. I used it like I did in these games, which, if I may add, are the best games ever made.
Right, they loved the game so much that when they released Sonic Riders Zero Gravity for the PS2 and the Wii, there were only 2 games instead of 3.
What? I never realized that. I mean, I'm the best, and you know I am.
And they loved you so much that when they released the first true Sonic racing game, that being Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing for the Wii, PS3, Xbox 360, and the Nintendo DS, they decided not to include you.
Huh? What? I'm made for these games. I am a racer. I'm meant...
And need I remind you, you are responsible for the worst Sonic game ever made.
You're kidding!
Of course not! The Xbox 360 wanted its fair share of Sonic Freeriders, and as such, it made it for the Kinect. You get to play as Sonic.
Oh, but...
And we all know how big of a failure the Kinect was, now don't we?
You'll all see. I'll get Sega to make a new Sonic Riders. Ours are superior to hedgehogs, and are definitely superior to eggs.
On to the next racing game.
Sir, that hawk displayed extreme amounts of salt. When can we go for sweets, particularly candy?
If you want candy so badly, you can leave.
Fine, let's go. Candy.
Here we have Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed
for the Wii U, 3DS, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and even the PS Vita. The final Sonic racing game is Team Sonic Racing for the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. And here are the educational games. Starting with Wacky World's Creativity Studio for the Genesis. Here for the Pico is Tails and the Music Maker. Also for the Pico is Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World. Here for the PC is the infamous Sonic Schoolhouse. We even have Sonic X for the Leapster.
I'm glad Boku's gone. He would have gone bananas over that game.
We have a few games that don't really fit anywhere, such as Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance. We also have Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood for the DS.
Oh, sir, this is the game where you walk like a turkey.
What?
Yeah, and the game where the music sounds like poo.
Out!
Okay, we're out of here.
It was worth it.
Lastly are the compilations. We have Sonic Classics for the Genesis, Sonic & Knuckles Collection for the PC, Sonic Jam for Sega Saturn, Sonic Mega Collection for the GameCube, Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the Xbox and PlayStation 2, Sonic Gems Collection for GameCube, Sonic Classic Collection for the DS, and finally, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Those are all of the Sonic games in the Hedgehog's legacy. I'm of course not referring to the arcade games, the mobile games, or the weird ones, for they would not fit in the Eggmobile. Regardless, these games remind me as to why I loathe that hedgehog so much. I hate that hedgehog.
But Dr. Robotnik, the Tails game didn't star you, and it didn't star Sonic.
And the Mean Bean Machine didn't have Sonic anywhere. You know, kinda seems like you wanted to collect all the games for yourself.
What? Why?
Question.
What is it?
Did I ever tell you about the best part of those games?
Oh, it's
Putting a
Sonic!
stop to you I got him, and your Dr. bad. Robotnik. I got him.
No matter what era
I
or
don't
what
got him.
genre, one thing's for certain. I'm still the fastest thing alive, and I'm here to defeat you every single time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta blow this popsicle stand. Gotta race, Ace! I hate that hedgehog! By the way, did you remember to mention Flicky? Some people like to remember Flicky. I know I do. Oh yeah, Baldy McNose here also forgot about these games. I was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and oh boy, was I awesome in this game. I mean, not only did I stop the final boss, Taboo, but I was one of the first ever third-party characters in one of these Smash Bros. Games, alongside Solid Snake, of course. Then I'd move on to Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, where once again I'd show up, not as an unlockable character though. And we have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where I am once again a mainstay. And I'm probably gonna stick around Smash for a long time, you know? Don't see me leaving this anytime soon. Okay, now I'm out of here.
There's only one game you forgot, Egghead. Sonic and Garfield pack. But of course, you can find out about that game some other time. Once you've made me some lasagna. Lasagna.